Today we're going to read Heidi Heckelbeck, Lends a Helping Hand. Chapter 1, Slime Time. Splurt, splurt, splurt. Heidi Heckelbeck squeezed a glob of craft glue into a mixing bowl. Then she squirted some shaving cream on the top. Next, she sprinkled some contact lens solution into the mix. Finally, she added special liquid activator. Heidi swirled the ingredients together like a magic potion. Only this wasn't a potion. Today, in her art class, she was making a huge bowl of slime. Fluffy slime to be exact. She stirred until the slime pulled away from the bowl and became a big fluffish blob. Then she pulled the slime with all her 10 fingers. "It's so squishable," she said, squeezing it with her hands. Lucy Lanster, who was sitting next to Heidi, peeked into Heidi's bowl. "Ooh," she explained, stirring her own mix faster to catch up. "Your slime looks so marshmallowy." Heidi grabbed her slime and kneaded it like bread dough. The slime spoke a language all on its own. Sklurp, sklurp, skleep. "Time to add some color," Heidi announced. She plopped the slime back in the bowl and opened a package of neon green powdered food coloring. She dumped the whole package of dye into the bowl. Then she slapped the slime with her hand. Poof! Powder burst into a neon green cloud and sprinkled Heidi's face. The palm of her hand turned bright green, too. She squished and squashed the dye into the mix until it all blended. And now for some slime mix-ins. Heidi grabbed a fistful of styrofoam beads and smushed them into her slime to make slime foam. Squish, squash, snap, crackle. Malanthropy, who was sitting across from Heidi, poured a whole tube of pink silver sparkles into her slime and smashed them in. Then she held up her hot pink slime for everyone to see. "My slime is the pinkest slime in the whole world," Melanie declared, "and the sparkliest." By the end of class, the art room was a gloopy, capital M mess. Puddles of glue, shaving cream dotted the tables. The chairs and the table tops had splotches of green, pink, purple, and yellow dye. Glitter twinkled on top of everything like fairy dust. "Clean up time," Mr. Doodlebee called. He handed out plastic containers to store the slime, but everybody kept on squishing and squashing. Mr. Doodlebee had to whistle through his fingers to get the students' attention. "Please put your slime away and clean up your areas. It's time for lunch." Now the children hopped to it. They stored their slime and washed their hands. Mr. Doodlebee looked at his watch. The decks were still a mess and the bell was going to ring in 3, 2, 1. Ring! Mr. Doodlebee laughed and waved the kids out, saved by the bell. "I'll finish cleaning, class." The students filed out of the room. Heidi noticed Mr. Doodlebee cleaning up some of the styrofoam beans she had spilled. She stopped for a moment. "I really want to help him clean up," she thought. Then Lucy called, "Hurry up, Heidi, I'm hungry." Heidi turned to her friend, then looked back at her teacher. "Mr. Doodlebee did say he'd finish the cleaning." she thought. "Wait up, Lucy," Hetty called as she grabbed her lunchbox. "All that squishing made me hungry too." Soda Splat. Chapter 2. Back at home, Hetty and her little brother Henry checked the kitchen counter for the popcorn popper. Mom always left the popper out on Fridays. That's because Friday was movie night at the Heckelbecks, and movie night meant popcorn. But instead of the popcorn popper, the kids found 2 pairs of safety goggles and 2 white lab coats lying on the counter. "Why are these here?" Henry asked. Hetty shrugged. "I don't know, but I'm sure could have used one of these lab coats in our art today," she said, "because we made slime." Hetty's face lit up. "Slime? Wow, you're so lucky. All we got to do today was to work in the school garden. Boring." Hetty laughed. "The school garden isn't that bad. I like digging in dirt." Hetty scrunched up his face. "Not me." Then the door creaked open, and Mom and Dad walked in from Dad's lab. "Hey, kiddos, time to put on your lab coats and goggles," Dad said. Hetty and Henry looked at each other. "Wait, what about movie night?" Hetty asked. Dad patted on Hetty on the shoulder. "We are going to mix things up tonight," he said, rubbing his hands together enthusiastically, "because this Friday night the Hecklebecks are going to invent a new healthy soda." Hetty's father worked for a soda company called the Fizz. He always came up with wild ideas, but this might be his wildest. The kids stared blankly at him. "Whoever heard of healthy soda?" Hetty asked uncertainly. Dad pointed both fingers at Hetty like she had just won a door prize. "Nobody has," he cheered. "That's why we're going to be the first ones to invent it." Hetty considered that for a moment. "It's kind of a cool idea," she thought. And even if healthy soda never caught on, Hetty loved to do new experiments with her dad, so she reached out and grabbed her lab coat and a pair of goggles from the counter. "Okay, I'm in," she said. Then Henry grabbed the other white lab coat and nodded. "Me too." The kids put on their gear and tramped into their father's basement laboratory. Dad and Mom had set up 4 workstations. Each station had a blender, 3 bottles of bubbly water, and a whole bunch of healthy foods to choose from. "The goal is to use these ingredients to create delicious, healthy soda," Dad said. "We'll each make 2 sodas, then we'll have a sampling session." Everyone got to work. In round 1, Mom made sweet corn soda. Dad mixed together kale, spinach, and avocado into a very super great green and sparkling soda. Hetty dreamed of something that he called the dark chocolate mulberry fizz, and he tried blending fresh strawberries with cold vanilla almond milk for a strawberry vanilla soda. In round 2, Mom made a bubbly carrot and cucumber soda. Dad brewed a fresh ginger cinnamon turmeric ale. Henry whipped up peanut butter and jelly soda, while Hetty prepared a watermelon fizz. "Now to taste our creations," Dad said. He poured the drinks into paper cups. Hetty sipped Dad's green soda first and wiped her mouth with the back of her hand. "Blech, She cried. This tastes like pond scrum cola. She chugged some water to get the taste out of her mouth. Henry glugged down a glass of his peanut butter and jelly soda. He said. This one tastes like my favorite lunch, only with bubbles. Hetty tried it and liked it too. After all the sodas, the family wrote down their favorite flavors. Dad counted the votes, and it was a tie. And the winners are... Dad paused for a moment to build up the excitement. Then he did the big reveal. Strawberry, vanilla, almond milk soda, and PB&J soda. Hetty and Henry both pumped their fists triumphantly. Congratulations, kids, Dad cried. I'll tweak your recipes over the weekend and present them to my group on Monday. But first we have to clean up the lab. Hetty looked around. It was every bit as bad as Mr. Doodlebee's art room after a slime session. Don't worry about the mess, Mom said. It's getting late, so I'll help Dad clean up. You kids get ready for bed. Hetty took off her stained lab coat. She watched her parents get to work. They were laughing and playing while cleaning. It looked like they were actually having fun. Hetty thought it was pretty cool. She was about to offer to help when Henry yelled, "Race you upstairs! You're on!" cheered Hetty as she sprinted after him. Bye. I hope you like this book. I paused on chapter 3 because this book is too long. I can't read it to you all. Please subscribe to see the other few chapters. Bye.